Here's day 25 of living life like tomorrow isn't promised. What do I got today? I got the gym, as always. And yeah, that's pretty much it today. No soccer on the Friday. So pretty much just lifting today. Tomorrow is going to be pretty busy. I have to get up early to handle one of my clients in a piloting meet. And after that, I need to go to a in-laws cookout, and then pretty much it. So I guess today's topic, my yap session, following yesterday, are houses and homes, right? Recently, very hard to get into a house. Especially with today's prices. Not impossible, just super hard, depending what you're looking for. If it's your first house, don't expect to buy a $400,000 house off the bat. But that saying, I currently have, my home is valued at about like maybe $100K. I guess depending where I go, right, I have to see what I want to do next, because the biggest thing is the housing market is up, but I'm thinking the next house might be the last. So you want it to be nice, right? So how do you do that? So there's multiple ways about it, but I guess starting from here, how do you take this like starting journey into having houses and like develop it throughout the years into kind of like the house you want? I'm not gonna say dream house, because like unless you're rich, you're not getting that. So how can I figure out how to get a house I want, I really like, without it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. How do I figure out how to get a house I really like? Because I'm not gonna spend like $1 million on a house, because I don't have that. So yeah. So there's a few ways to this whole situation, right? Obviously, you would sell the first house, because again, unless you're rich, you can't really afford to keep that and rent it out, right? So how would we do that? One part would be to kind of buy a house that's already built. Don't know how many years we'd be looking for. So that's all in the air sometimes. So you do that, put in some work, put in some extra money to make it the house you want. That's one route. Another route is the buy and selling route, where you do the same thing, but you buy a house, you fix it up a little bit, small things, and then you sell it for more than what you bought it for, and then you do that to the next house, until you get into like your fourth house, which is generally how it's been done to get like your quote unquote dream house, right? And lastly is one that I kind of want, because it offers a lot of customization, is building your own house, right? Now, I say that with a grain of salt, because it's not as easy as it sounds. Especially when you're thinking about things like schools, accessibility, etc., etc. I mean, one thing is you do have to pay for the land and pay for all the electrical and gas lines that are coming through. But one big thing is that the build is new. Now, the build is new. Awesome, because now you've got another, say like 20 years at least behind that build that you don't have to worry too much about. Obviously maintenance throughout, so you can have more than 20 years. of the house. So, but building new, you got fresh new 20 years around, or maybe a little less, a little more, depending how you treat that house. You need to deal with the land. You need to deal with how you're constructed, how you're going to construct it, which is where I kind of like don't know what to do, right? Because 100K, even though it's a lot, is not a lot. Especially when you come to building a house, because like there is a lot that goes into it. So that's the dilemma of owning a house. I guess that's my yap session, if you would title it. But I guess trading a house or getting a new house, or I don't know, something like that. So I guess what I need to figure out now is what to do next, because obviously the customization is awesome, right? You can do pretty much anything you want, pretty much like a brand new slate. Like it's like a little free sandbox, right? So that's what's to figure out next. There's a million ways to do that, but if I did it, it'd be pretty cool. So I guess that's the end of my yap session, because if I got too deep into this, it would be a rabbit hole of like how I would do this, and if I would do this, right? There's a lot in between. So that's where I'm gonna end the yap session before I go too far into it and start talking about how the build should look, for example, to start smaller and into future expansions, right? Okay, now I'm gonna stop because I'm already getting into it. So, all right, see you guys lifting. All right, just got off work. It's Friday. It's time to lift.